another week of exciting VR news. In this episode, the company Snap, which has been making glasses for a long time, they're creating a subsidiary of their own so that they can focus solely on AR glasses. After that, we have new footage and information about TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, is coming to VR in the spring. We have some information from Valve about potential delays and modifications to the incoming Steam machine. And I'm teaming up with something like an Avengers level basket of who's who in this space to create some very special content. Expect that near the beginning of February. We're going to discuss what that is, and we're going to cover all this and more. You're watching Bringhurst VR. First up, Snap, creator of the Snap Spectacles. They've been making glasses for years, going back to 2017 at least. I had a pair of them, and the upside of those glasses back then, no display to speak of. It was mostly audio and collecting footage, and unlike other glasses that we've seen from the likes of Meta, what they were doing back then was they would output a sphere, which made it very cool to go back and revisit. It was unlike anything else, but it made it difficult to integrate that footage into much of anything without first cropping it to get a square out of it, and so you would lose resolution. But they were lightweight. I was happy with it. It was cool. But I think he always kind of looked like what would happen if a gay person said Beetlejuice 3 times. Since then, they have gone full display. Damn. Even going back a couple of years ago, they were working with AR, but the glasses were big, they were clumsy, and even now, you can't just go buy the glasses. They're specifically working with developers, people out in the world, to test it for the purposes of programming applications around it. And you pay monthly for that. It's, I think, $100 a month if you're a developer, $50 if you're a student, and so they're strictly in the testing phase. But if we're talking about glasses and people introducing cameras and audio, and even eventually AR, nobody was doing it before Snap. Outside of like Google Glass, and to be so far ahead of your time. But these guys, they have this application. You take a snap, which is to say that you take a picture or record video. It's been years since I've used it, but you upload it and it's gone, vanishes in a short amount of time. So it's more social media than anything, and it was so bizarre that these people were doing this in the first place. It seemed so out of left field, especially when nobody was talking about wearables back then. 8 years ago, that wasn't a thing. But by God, they were out there doing it, and they sold these in such a way that you couldn't just go online and buy the glasses, at least not typically. You would have to wander around Long Beach or some town in deep America, and they would have giant vending machines that would pop up, and there you could buy it, but then it would be gone 24 hours later. You never knew where it was going to be. They turned it into this cultural event where you were always on the hunt for it, and if you came across it, it was a big deal. Anyway, the most recent glasses from them have been bulky. They've been big. They're ugly, if I can say so, and I have no idea what the display looks like. I've never had the chance to use it. But now that they've broken down into this subsidiary, meaning they're breaking from the typical Snap universe that we're familiar with, and they're creating their own company called Specs Inc., where they're going to focus solely on the glasses. They're going to focus solely on AR, and the next pair of glasses they have coming out, they expect it's going to be a fraction of the weight. It's going to do a lot more. It's going to look less awkward. And from Upload VR, it reads, the current Snap Spectacles are $99 a month. They're AR glasses for developers, or $50 a month if they're students, given out, intended to let them develop apps for the Specs consumer product that the company intends to ship this year. Spectacles have a 46-degree diagonal field of view, angular resolution comparable to Apple Vision Pro, relatively limited computer power, and a built-in battery life of just 45 minutes. They're also the bulkiest AR device in glasses form factor we've seen yet, weighing 226 grams. That's almost 5 times as heavy as Ray-Ban Meta glasses for an entirely unfair comparison. So I don't know. Love them or hate them, these guys were ahead of their time, at least in regards to wearables, and I'm excited to see what they do. I'm also excited to see how Bearded Dan can segue to this sponsor. This episode is sponsored by VR Wave. Thank you very much to them. It's because of them that this video was possible in the first place. And while they offer a huge number of available lenses for the Meta Quest 3, the Quest 2, the 3S, I've got a pair that my wife really likes, and I think you should check them out. I really want to comment more on the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. But the Ray-Ban glasses, the lenses, they swap out by just popping them out. It's so simple, it's so easy. And as far as selecting the prescription lens that you need, or maybe you only want plano, maybe you only care about transition lenses, which they offer. The process of selecting the right lens is simple, it's straightforward, and for an affordable pair of lenses, I really hope that you'll check them out. But as affordable as these already are, you can use the code BRINGHURSTVR at checkout to save an additional 5% off. These guys were supporting my channel early last year. I'm so happy to be working with them again. And while I really want to make the focus of this, the Meta Ray-Ban replacement lenses across transitions, virtually any prescription lens, and the ease at which you can pop them out, pop them in, just blows me away at how easily they attach to the Meta Quest 3, the 2. If you're using this for VR, you want something high quality that's streamlined, that pops out, pops in easily, and that you know the prescription is going to land perfect the first time you order. Don't wear VR headsets with glasses. Don't wear detachable, thin shades on top of your Meta Ray-Bans. Do it the right way. Visit their website right now, supports my channel, and you get something amazing and at an affordable cost. Thank you very much to VR Wave for sponsoring this episode. Check them out in the description below or the pinned comment. And again, Bringhurst VR at checkout for 5% off. Back to it. All right, next up, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles VR is coming in spring. New gameplay trailer is revealed. Cornucopia Studios and Beyond Frame Entertainment are bringing the Ninja Turtles into virtual reality for the very first time with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Empire City. Launching on MetaQuest, Steam VR, and Pico this spring, priced at $25. Pre-orders are now live on MetaQuest, where buyers can take advantage of a 20% early bird discount. I have no idea if you can use my code to save an additional 10%. I really doubt it, but if you want to try, Bringhurst will get you 10% off on just about every game, but probably not. A brand new gameplay trailer has also been revealed, highlighting the ways players will scramble, leap, and sneak through and atop the sewers and roofs of an atmospheric comic-style New York City, battling the infamous Foot Clan and their villainous leader, Shredder. Alright, so listen, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here. I haven't played this game yet. I expect I'll have early access before too long, but looking at this, I gotta say that I'm not terribly impressed. I don't like playing a game where my character's talking non-stop.
Moves like the wind. Still need the security system cut, Donatello.
Want to see this cool stick I found?
Let's slap some makeup on these clowns!
Hey, I'm walking here.
Listen to me. We don't talk like that. We don't say things like that. You understand?
It's not me talking. I'm lucky I can work the arms. Why? They did this a lot with Deadpool. It didn't jive with me. I liked that it was mostly minimal in Batman. And I've been a fan of TMNT going back to the original cartoon and playing it on the NES. But I don't think this looks very good, honestly. Swinging the sword, they try to do that whip of wind behind it, a trail of white, and it's all jagged, and it's not like a smooth circular thing. I don't like the audio. It seems really watered down and boring. And it's almost the worst of every world with the kind of animation that they've got here. Because at this point, with the last TMNT movie I saw, which was the almost Spider-Verse-like aesthetic, it's like they're leaning into the comic book thing, but only in so much that they're doing the pow and wham and Batman stuff, really. They could have taken this opportunity and done something like what Lies Beneath did, or even, I dare say, the Jurassic World game with the Raptors, to where they really leaned into the art style to make it feel a certain way, to have an almost newspaper print feel to everything. And if they're not going to do that, then give us something that approximates an almost animated, at times Spider-Verse like aesthetic, and we don't have either of those. And so instead, it's just kind of a brightly lit city that doesn't strike me as familiar, and I just feel like it's the wrong tone altogether. So I haven't played it, who knows, but that's what I'm feeling looking at this right now. Steam Frame is still shipping sometime in the first half of 2026, although now Valve says the current component shortage has led the company to revise both price and release date of the standalone VR headset. Valve announced in a new hardware update the Steam Frame, Steam Machine, and the Steam Controller are all being affected by the component shortage. When we announced these products in November, we planned on being able to share specific pricing and launch dates by now. he said. But the memory and storage shortages you've likely heard about across the industry have rapidly increased since then. Due to a surge in demand from AI and data centers, RAM and storage prices have increased significantly since this time last year, with PC part Picker data charting a 300% price increase in DDR5 RAM alone. As component availability dwindles and prices rise, Valve says it must revisit the exact shipping schedule and pricing, noting that both Steam Machine and Steam Frame have especially been affected. Still, Valve says it's hoping to ship all 3 products in the first half of the year, ostensibly releasing sometime before July 1st. Valve told Road to VR in November that it expects the price of Steam Frame to be cheaper than Index, although the company didn't qualify pricing further than that. At its 2019 launch, the Valve Index full kit was priced at $1,000, while the headset alone was priced at $500. While Valve hasn't commented on what Steam Machine will cost, it confirmed with YouTube's Skill Up back in November that the PC won't be subsidized like a console. Price estimations are fairly scattered at this point. Linus Tech Tips has suggested the lowest configuration could fetch somewhere around $700 based on a custom PC built on comparable parts. So, more news to say we don't know anything. I will be getting this when it drops, so if you're not subscribed, subscribe and check that out. I'd love to have you. And hit that notification bell too, because, having something like 6,000 subscribers is amazing, but on the videos that kind of need some love, I generally get about 300 people, showing up regularly, day one right there. Those are the people that have hit that notification bell, and it's great knowing that you guys care. And it would mean a lot if you showed up for that. So, what's this video at? If it gets like 3K in the first 2 days, then that means I'm doing great. If it's hovering around 400, it means that you need to hit that notification bell and subscribe. Do your part. Come on. And lastly, to close this out, I'm working with a number of creators. We're getting together to work on a single episode, something I'm very excited about. Something to do with the solar system and both physically and digitally exploring various planets through VR, but some of it in a very tangible way. I'm not going to name all those people yet because I'm still getting people together, but it's going to be fun and you're going to know a bunch of their names. And if you want to see how that unfolds, then again, subscribe and look forward to it. Thank you again for being here, and thank you to VR Wave for sponsoring this episode. Be sure to find them in the description or in the pinned comment down below. Supports my channel and you save money. That's all I got. Godspeed.